Hey Edson, it's Mayor Zahara here on April the 2nd to give you a COVID-19 update. 97 new cases in the province of Alberta in the last 24 hours, bringing the provincial total to 968. Unfortunately, 2 more fatalities, bringing the total to 13. We have 32 people in the hospital, 14 in the ICU, and 174 recovered in the province of Alberta. I know there's a lot of focus on the numbers, especially here in Edson, on whether or not Edson has a confirmed case or not. Still at 0, but really those numbers don't matter at this point in time. What really matters is people following the rules, following the directives, and ensuring that they are taking all precautions, from hand sanitization to ensuring that you're staying home if you're sick, to ensuring you're not gathering. If you're going to the grocery store, only one person from your household should be going to the grocery store. Don't take the entire family with you. Making sure you're following those physical distancing guidelines. Had a few questions pop here as I'm recording this video about the state of local emergency that's been issued in Hinton, and why hasn't Edson issued a state of local emergency? Quite frankly, there is no reason to issue a state of local emergency at this time, because some people are probably not aware what a state of local emergency actually is. It gives municipalities unprecedented powers. We can basically do whatever we want. We don't have to follow rules. We can go into people's homes, that sort of thing. We don't feel we need those powers at this point in time. Of course, we're in a little different situation than Hinton, and every community is different. So they have their different reasons for whether or not they're going to activate a state of local emergency. Hinton, of course, has confirmed cases of COVID-19. This is being monitored on a regular basis by our professionals and our Director of Emergency Management and Protective Services staff, and we can make that change at any point in time. If people are not following the rules, if we know that there's parties going on, and the people are just flaunting the rules that have been laid out, then yes, we can institute a state of local emergency and do some pretty significant things in order to deal with the emergency. So we'll keep you updated on that. We're going to keep monitoring the situation. Like I said, we're looking at it daily, and if we have to make a change, we will. Public parks remain open, trails remain open, playgrounds remain open. At this point in time, we believe Wilmore Park will be open. However, if people are not following the rules, then we're going to have to shut those places down. We don't want to have to do that. We think it's really important people are getting those mental breaks and getting some physical activity. Just take all the precautions and making sure you're not socializing and going out for physical activity rather than for socialization. But once again, we continue to monitor, and that can change at any point in time. If you have questions, please post them in the comments below. I'm going to try to answer those questions in future videos. One of the questions I got today, an excellent question, is whether or not the Edson Hospital has enough supplies. Checking with officials locally, I'm told yes, they do have enough supplies at this point in time. That's being monitored regularly. Provincially, I know they also say that they believe they have enough supplies at this point in time as well, and more is being ordered. Unfortunately, though, they cannot accept donations of supplies. So if you're making homemade masks, unfortunately, they're not going to be able to accept those donations. Know your heart's in the right place, but they do have to follow certain specifications and have certain processes they have to follow with that sort of thing. Also, a question about taxation. Yesterday, we announced that, unfortunately, we had to temporarily lay off 18 staff. I think I was trying to be very clear in my video yesterday that our budget basically is getting thrown out the window, and we are instituting an emergency budget, which means the planned tax increase of 1% this year is not going to be happening. Council is looking at all expenses and trying to find savings so we can pass on to taxpayers. We're going to be focusing a lot, I think, on I don't want to speak for council yet because they have to have a more formal discussion in public, but I think what we're going to try to do is focus our efforts on the commercial sector and trying to support them, because if we can get businesses going and back and operating and hiring people, that's going to help our residents, because now they're going to actually have incomes coming in. But like I said, council really needs to dig into that and to have those discussions and those determinations. Still a little early to give you specifics on numbers or exactly what's going on. But I think one of the things I mentioned yesterday, really important to mention again today, expect service level disruption this year in the town of Edson. These are temporary measures in order to deal with this situation. So things like grass cutting probably not going to be happening or happening as much as it has in the past. And there's going to be other service disruptions as we reduce our salary costs by 10% and try to pass on those savings to our taxpayers. I had a question about which staff have been impacted. Mostly pool staff, unfortunately, part-time pool staff, some full-time as well at the pool. have been temporarily laid off because, of course, that facility is not operational at this time and quite expensive to run. So we can't afford to continue to pay people if we don't have work for them to do. We've also had to lay off some staff at the FCSS Parent Link Center. Of course, funding for that was canceled by the provincial government before this even happened, and Council will be once again talking about that as a part of our budget discussions and seeing whether or not we're able to continue that program. We certainly value the program, but once again, that was a provincial program that was cut. And if we do institute it or reinstitute it, it will be coming from municipal taxpayers. Lots of work to be done, lots of discussion to be had, but we'll have more information next week. Council's meeting, going to pass a few things that we talked about yesterday, and then we're going to have a budget discussion the following week where we're going to be really delving into service levels and what kind of cost savings we're going to be able to find and how we're going to do that. So stay tuned, stay safe, be kind to one another, and we'll chat with you tomorrow.